Sometimes you have to look out for the signal. If the family accepts you from the beginning, trust me, you're not going to have much issue. But if from the beginning they've shown you that they are not really okay with you, then that issue will always come up.
So there's no way I will not be treating my mom with so much respect and so much love, in as much as I will love my wife. You understand?
The mother-in-law feels that somebody has come to take their son away from them.
The number one thing that I'll say is understanding. And another thing is, it's not only understanding, but at the same time, majorly of understanding. If there is now understanding between the two of them, talking about the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law, and also there's that love from the beginning. Because the truth is, it all starts when the relationship is just beginning and all that. If there's that acceptance, if you have been accepted in that family, there shouldn't be an issue if at all. Like, let's say, for instance, your mother-in-law wants to stay with you, or maybe just come to spend the time with you. I don't see anything wrong with that. But if there is an issue from the beginning, there will definitely be problem. There won't be peace in that home. There will always be a misunderstanding. Sometimes you have to look out for the signal. If the family accepts you from the beginning, trust me, you're not going to have much issue. But if from the beginning they've shown you that they are not really okay with you, then that issue will always come up.
The problem between mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law is the mother-in-law feels that somebody has come to take their son away from them. And sometimes also the woman coming in, the daughter-in-law, also feels that maybe the mother is to be telling her what to do in her husband house. She felt that by being married is total freedom from taking correction or directives from anybody. So in a situation where she comes in, the mother-in-law is there, it's like she'll be telling me what to do, or putting eye in everything we are doing. So these are some of the things that bring disagreements. And also, if a daughter-in-law is not a humble one, she will not be able to accept the person, no matter how the mother-in-law is. She will not be able to accept that mother-in-law as her own mother.
From stories I've had, and with the help of Nigerian movies, because I relate to movies. So sometimes, mother-in-laws, they always have issues with their daughters. Reasons being that once a guy like me now get married, so there's no way I will not be treating my mom with so much respect and so much love, in as much as I will love my wife. You understand? So, but now women, there's a way they understand things. It's different from how we guys say things. So I think it's just normal envy and jealousy, especially when your wife is not, like, she didn't grow up with you, or maybe she's not from the same part, the same place with you. Like, your mom does not have anything to do with the family, or maybe she grew up in another place. You just brought her back. Like, oh mom, I want to get married to this person. You understand? So it's always an issue, especially when there's no bonding between the mother-in-law and your wife.
To me, I don't really see it as a beef. I just feel it's an individual thing. Yeah. It depends. Some mother-in-laws are very great, and while some, because they don't have a cordial relationship with the wives of their sons, they just don't fall in, like they don't mingle. And before you could get into a family, you ought to know the mother of your husband. At least you don't just jump in and want to dominate everybody. You should try and create that relationship. I think with that it will work. It's not really, it's just an individual thing. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, before going into the marriage, let me say I'm an orphan, like I don't have both mom and dad. All my prayer before was, if time come for me to get married, I always pray to God that when time come, God should give me a man that have both, so that I will still get what I lost, like what I've lost in my life, I'll get it back. That is why sometimes I'll not even feel like I don't have what I don't have, because I know that I'll definitely become a married man. And all my prayer is I'll have mother-in-law and I'll have a father-in-law. So in that aspect of having a bad mother-in-law and having a bad whatever, I don't know. But a such woman that is praying for, she don't want to see a mother-in-law. Are those people that will turn to a wicked mother-in-law when they get old. Because that is out of wickedness. You praying for someone's mother should not be there. Like you don't want to see their mother when you are married. Like you don't want to have mother-in-law when you are married. Definitely you are a bad person. That is how a witchcraft started. So I don't buy that idea of you don't want to see your mother-in-law, like you don't want to have a mother-in-law, whether the person is wicked or not. So you don't have any right to be having to have that kind of opinion that you don't want to.
In most cases though, it may be maybe the daughter-in-law doesn't know how to cook well, just like how the mother-in-law cooks for the son. And then in some cases too, it may be maybe the spending aspect. Maybe the daughter-in-law spends a lot. Then in some cases too, it may be that maybe the daughter-in-law is not that welcoming, accommodating. She doesn't want the sister-in-law, the brother-in-law to be in the house. Probably she's looking out for herself. She doesn't want someone to come into her husband's house and control her and tell her what to do and what not to do. So in some cases, she's looking out for her own self. But if there's an understanding between the both of them, like let's say a good communication system, if she's in good relationship with her mother-in-law, these are things that they can actually talk about. And I believe before you marry someone, you must have courted that person for like 2 months, 3 months. So in period of courtship, these are things that you discuss in courtship so that the person will know what you actually want and what you don't want to tolerate in your marriage. So in such a situation, I think during courtship is better while you discuss all those things and you both understand each other and be on same page.
The thing is, once I'm married, and in that case, I'm about to start building my own family. Okay, so I wouldn't buy the idea of my mother to come and stay in the same house with me and my wife because I'm building my own family. Instead, I'll try and make sure things are okay for her. Probably get her own place where she can stay. Even if she wants to come and see me, maybe she will come and visit. Though I love my mom, I love her very much, but it's not nice. It's not a good idea for her to come and stay. Because my mom is a woman and my wife is also a woman. So women now they have their own issues to get. So I don't buy the idea of my wife staying in the same house. Women have their problem. Where 2 or 3 women are gathered, there's always beef there. Like one or two things may just happen. You see, maybe one might just start hitting on one. You understand? So this mother-in-law and daughter-in-law issue. Well, the daughter might feel the mother-in-law is a threat to her marriage, in the sense that, okay, the mother will want to be prognosing on everything she's doing. Okay, so that's why it's not really nice for a mother to come and stay in the same house with the husband.
I feel is actually lack of communication. Like in Nigeria, I feel before a girl should get married to her husband, she should spend quality time with the mother to like bridge that lack of communication level. That's basically what I feel. And then there are some mothers that they have like this strong connection with their children. So that too I feel is also a barrier.